What's up, people? What's going on? Hope everybody's doing good. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just try something right quick. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, sir. What's up? What's going on?
Are you live?
I'm gonna be right there.
Are you live?
I'm talking about us right there.
This, I want to see that board.
All right. What's going on, people? What's up? What's going on? My bad. I'm in here messing around. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Yeah, thank you guys for rocking with me. I salute you guys. I respect it. Y'all know what it is. First things first. I salute the divinity in you. I respect the divinity in each and every last one of you. Fight the power. That's one of my favorite songs of all times. That's a classic right there. You doing good? I'm glad you're doing good. Let me just back this light off of me for a second. There you go. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad everybody's doing good. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. I salute you guys. What the heck? I don't want to answer that phone. Not right now. And it's going to ring, but that's all right. I'm not going to answer that. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're doing good. I respect you, the divinity in you. I salute the divinity in you. So, yeah, I just want to come on and talk a little bit with you guys about what you don't know can hurt you. All right? I'm going to repeat that. What you don't know can hurt you. All right? People always say knowledge is power. Get your knowledge up. They say knowledge is power. Get your knowledge up. But I'm going to say knowledge is potential power. Applied knowledge is power. Slow down for a second. Applied knowledge is power. Get your knowledge up. So as we move forward into the strong end, I got a guy coming on probably tomorrow's the 12th. Yeah, he wants to talk about his article on Reddit. So I'm going to definitely check him out, definitely see what's going on with that. But remember, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. If you don't know something, guys, there's nothing wrong with saying, guess what? I don't know. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. And if you are the smartest person in the room, you might want to get out of that room. You might want to leave that room. You dig? If you're the smartest person in the building, you might want to leave the building because my people perish for a lack of knowledge. You want to surround yourself with people who knows just as much as you or more than you. You got to do that in order to grow. And I know this is a lonely road, and I know sometimes you feel like, oh, they don't know what I know, and I'm wide awake and I can see these things and they don't see it and they don't get it. But trust me, there's somebody on your path that's gonna sharpen you. They said steel sharpens steel. You understand what I'm saying? Steel sharpens steel. So there's gonna be somebody that you could talk to. There'll be somebody that maybe on your at different parts of your journey and on your path, you're gonna run into people who are gonna impact you. They're gonna be able to share, and you're gonna be able to grow from their knowledge and their information. For me, on one part of my journey, there was a cousin that my wife had that just posed a question to me that changed my thinking. Even though I was already studying and I was already looking for answers, he said something that got me to turn look at things completely different, and I chose a different path completely. But I heard somebody today. They said they're in a stationary position right now. We all go through like X would say a purgatory stage, and it's like a stillness. We all go through a stillness. We go through a part in life or a point in life or on our journey where it doesn't seem like we're moving anywhere. It just seems like we're at a standstill. You can't go to the right, you can't go to the left. It seems like you're not doing anything, you're not doing enough. It seems like you should be doing more than you're doing right now, and you want to make progress. But what I would say to you is not just go into the secret place of your mind, not just go into your secret closet, but what I would say is ask for guidance, ask for directions. And when I say ask for guidance and ask for directions, whatever you subscribe to, okay? Whatever you subscribe to. What I mean when I say whatever you subscribe to, whether it's a religion, whether it's spirituality, whether it's Buddha, Krishna, Jesus, you can Muhammad, whatever you subscribe to, angels, ancestors, whatever you could understand, whatever you can grasp, whatever, because it's ridiculous for everybody to think that there's only one way. You've got all these billions of people, and there's only one way. There's no two people are the same. No two minds are the same. We may be part of the whole, but everybody's not the same. We're individuals. We're individuals getting to experience this. We're getting to experience this holiday here on Earth, on the planet. Don't be distracted. And that's another big thing when we talk about distractions, because a lot of times you don't know you're being distracted until after the distraction has passed. Hurricane Freddy is on the way. Don't know where that came from. Hurricane Freddy. But a lot of times we don't realize that we're distracted until after the distractions pass. So what do? You ignore everything. But what I'm telling you is don't ignore yourself. Don't ignore who you are. Don't ignore your divinity. It's called quiet in the mind. It's called going into that secret place. It's called meditating, fasting, praying, whatever works for you. I don't know. Just maybe you might like going for your morning walks. Maybe you might like going out in nature and going for your afternoon walks. But you got to connect. You got to connect. And when I say you got to connect, you got to plug in, you got to recharge, whatever that is, whatever that is for you. What's up? What's going on? I salute you. You know that. Whatever that is that you subscribe to, that's what you have to do. You can't take what everybody else tells you. And the hardest thing for most of us to do is trust ourselves. Things that we know. How many times have you done something or you didn't do something and you know you should have done it? And you're like, oh man, I should have did. I know I should have listened to my mind. You got to be able to recognize the voices in your mind, the voices in your head. You got to know what that is. You got to know what that is. But if you don't spend any time with yourself there, you're never going to know. You're never going to know. You're going to take what everybody else tell you, and you're just going to be a drifter, drifting down the road of life, drifting down the road of life. And when you get to the end of the road, you're going to wonder what happened. You're just going to wonder what happened. You're gonna be surprised. You're gonna be surprised. Like I said, when it happens, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when it happens. Everybody has to choose their own path. Everybody has to seek knowledge. Seek knowledge. Knowledge is knowledge. The only bad is ignorance. If you're gonna be ignorant and you're not gonna grow and you're not gonna evolve, then you're gonna stay stuck. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. If you don't have a destination, you definitely get there because you don't know where you're going. Don't get lost in the sauce. It's easy to get lost in the sauce. Don't get lost in the sauce. Remember what I just said. Knowledge is potential power. Applied knowledge is power. Well, how do you get knowledge? Knowledge comes from everywhere. All you have to do is look around. But experience, let's talk a little bit about experience. Experience is where it is. Experience. You go out, you live, you get some experience. But if I can learn from those who've come before me, for those who's gone before me, if I can learn, it saved me some time. It saved me some time and it saved me some energy. Saves me some time and it saved me from energy. But if you don't ask the questions, like if you've got family members who are older than you and you want to know things, you might want to call those people up and ask them, what about this? And you may be surprised at the answers that you get. You may be surprised. You got to pass that information along to the next generation. You have to do those things because experience is the best teacher. Knowledge is power. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. The only thing that's stopping you from succeeding or getting to where you want to go is the information that you have. I'm going to say that again. The only thing that's stopping you from getting to where you want to go is the information. You're only is big as the information that you have. If you've got a limited amount of knowledge, your experience is going to be limited. If you've got a vast amount of knowledge, or you could draw from other people, you could pull information from other people, you're going to experience a good life because you've got the information. If you don't know how to invest, how are you going to invest? You don't know about 401ks, 529Bs. You don't know about cryptocurrency, Bitcoins. And I get this all the time. I get people hitting me up on Instagram all the time, wanting me to invest in Bitcoin and wanting me to do trading and things like that. But they don't spend the time to try to educate me. They're trying to make a sale. I always feel like they're trying to make a sale. But if you can't explain what it is, and you can't teach what it is that you're doing, then you don't know it. And this is what gets me a lot of times with people. They want to sell you, but they can't tell you. They can't show you. If you could show me, take me to the water. If you could show me and take me to the water, I'll drink. But if you can't take me to the water, I'm not going to drink. Like I can take you to the water, but I cannot make you drink. I can't make you drink. There's people who've made millions of dollars during this pandemic. Why? Because of the information that they had. Be it Amazon, Target, Walmart, all those people, big business. There's a lot of people who's made a lot of money because of the information. The key is being in position to be in position. I'm going to say that again. You got to be in position to be in position. You got to prepare for what it is that you desire. Not what I desire, what you desire, what you want, where you going at. You got to prepare for that. How do you prepare for that? You know, school don't get you ready to own a business. School gets you ready for a job. School don't teach you how to be self-sufficient. School gets you ready for a job. I'm just telling you guys, take it or leave it. But you could go to a bookstore, you could go on Amazon, you could buy books, and you can learn about the things that you want. Isn't that a novel idea? You can learn about what you want instead of what everybody else wants. You can make up your own mind. You can make up your own mind about the things that you want and the things that you desire. There's information there. I had a friend one time told me, he said, hey, anything you want to know is in a book. Anything you want to know is in a book. You know? But when it comes to personal decisions that you've got to make with your life, do the research, guys. Do the research. Don't take what I tell you. Go find the answers. Go find the answers. If you don't like what I'm saying, that's fine. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. I will suggest that you go find the answers that you're searching for. But if you don't have no questions and you don't know where you're going, how are you going to find the answers? How? Where are you going to start? Where's the starting point? You have to have the end in mind. You have to know where you're going. Where are you going? If you're in the military and they ask you, and you're at war, and they ask you what's your mission, and you don't know what your mission is, what happens to you? I can only imagine what will happen if your sergeant or your lieutenant asks you, private, what's your mission? Where are you going? And you don't know what the answer is. I can only imagine what would happen. I can only imagine. You perish for lack of knowledge. You can't keep on blaming everybody else for where you are in life. You can't. You have to take responsibility. That's knowing. Responsibility. It's easy for me to blame anything and everything else. What's hard is for me to take responsibility for my life. Well, I'm overweight. What are you going to do about it? I know I got to go to the gym. I know I can eat right. That's knowing. There's a difference between belief and knowing. And this is where a lot of us drop the ball. You can convince yourself of anything if you tell yourself it long enough. There's a difference between believing and knowing. If somebody told you, I think it's raining outside today, are you going to listen to them? If you see somebody come into your house and they're wet and they tell you, hey, I know it's raining outside, there's a difference. If you can't tell me what I'm putting in my body, right? You don't know. Why would you push that on anybody if you don't know? Do your homework. Do your research. If you can I would tell anybody, make an informed decision about your body, about your life, and about where you're going. Make an informed decision. Don't make an uneducated decision. Don't make a stupid decision because peer pressure. Check out the video. Because peer pressure, because that's what the crowd is doing, because that's what the media is telling you to do, because that's what your pastor is telling you to do, because that's what your grandmama telling you to do, your granddaddy telling you to do. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. Check out that video. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit. If it doesn't work, why we keep on pushing? Why are they pushing? That's all. Tell me what you know. Tell me what you know. Your knowledge is going to dictate your success in life. Your knowledge. But your applied knowledge, feel me? Your applied knowledge is really what counts. Your applied knowledge. Because if you know it and you don't apply it, then we talk about the laws, understanding the laws. When you understand the laws, one of the big ones that a lot of us don't understand. The law of cause and effect. It's a big one. Law of cause and effect. And I don't care what people say. You could see this throughout life. Nobody could ever say, well, I don't know what happened. Yeah, There was a cause. And from having a cause, then there's an effect. Well, you said, well, I don't have a job. Well, what was the cause? You sit back and you think about it. Well, I'm not, I'm overweight. What's the cause? Well, the cause probably is you sat back. You got me sweating up in here because you probably sat back, because you probably eating McDonald's and chicken nuggets and chicken wings, and you probably just bombarding your body. You probably just bombarding your body. You know, we all know. We all know. But what are you going to do with the knowledge that you have? What you going to do with it? You're going to sit back and cry about it? You're going to be responsible? Are you going to take action? Or are you going to keep on crying? You know, and there's a lot of people right now, they're making decisions with their lives based on something that somebody else tells them instead of doing the homework and doing the research. You get it? Making decisions on with your life because your wife wants you to do it, because your husband wants you to do it. Well, I mean, you got to be informed. All I'm saying is making an informed decision. And you hear people saying, well, you're not a medical doctor, and this one's not a medical doctor. You don't have to be a medical doctor. The information is right there. It's in your face. It's in your face. You think everybody has your best interest? If you don't know, this is what's going to cost you. This is what's going to cost you. I know people who've made the decision, they'll be like, oh my goodness. And I could still be, yes, you could still contract it. And it is what it is. But you've been sold. You've been sold. You've been sold. You've been sold. What's up about that? You've been sold a bill of goods. A bill of goods. Like I said, I don't care what side of the fence you're on. It doesn't matter. Make an informed decision. Make an informed decision. I'm checking out Modern Esoteric. You know, shouts out to my guy Hot Dog, because I'm checking out that book. It's pretty dope. I'm listening to it right now on Audible. I'm gonna shout you out. It's called Modern Esoteric. I'm checking it out because I want to know knowledge, potential. Here's the difference between potential, right? People say they'll look at a talented person and be like, that person has they have a lot of potential. Potentially, you could be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Potential means that you just didn't do anything. You get it? Potential means you didn't do anything. Because if you have the knowledge and the potential and you apply it, bingo, and you're persistent, there's laws. You know, your life is governed by laws, people. Laws. But if you don't know your life is governed by laws, then you're going to keep on taking that old bullshit that they was telling you for years. Things that don't work for you. But when you learn the laws and you understand what universal laws is, and you work within that, now you're working in your best interest. You say, well, what's a universal law? Here you go. I'll give you a universal law, right? As above, so below. Whatever you think, that's what you're going to create. As in heaven on earth, as it is in heaven. Universal, that's a universal law. Whatever you put out, that's what's going to come back to you. Karma, that's a universal law. These are spiritual laws. They're universal laws. Gravity is one of the simplest ones we know. Gravity. But there's tons of universal laws. Gravity, you walk off a building and see what happens. You can't defy that. Now, if you know Parkinson's law, that's what has to do with money. You violate Parkinson's law, you become rich. If you understand what Parkinson's law is, you look it up. You know what I mean? You have to look these things up. You got to look it up. I'm diving into that right now. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. So if you're gonna perish, if you know you're gonna die for lack of knowledge, what's the answer? See, and I think that's one of the confusions. I'm gonna say one of the contradictions with the Bible, because in the beginning they say Adam and Eve ate off the tree of knowledge. and then they were made like God, or they were able to see like the gods. That's what it says in Genesis. I'm just paraphrasing, so don't, you know what I mean? If you want to go read that story, go read the story on your own. But they ate off the tree of knowledge, and what happened when they ate off they became like God. They got knowledge, and they were cast out the garden. I mean, then they realized they were naked, and that's so knowledge cost them basically. So is knowledge bad or is knowledge good? This is the real dilemma. Is knowledge bad or is knowledge good? I'm going to say knowledge is good, because when you get knowledge, you get understanding. Then you can improve upon your lot in life. You've got so much that to work with in life, and you got so much time. You got so much. Nobody knows how much time they have here. Facts. Nobody knows how much time they have here. Nobody. If anybody can tell me their checkout date, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. But it's what you do with the time that you have here. It's what you do with the time that you have here. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to raise your vibrations? Are you going to learn universal law? Are you going to learn it? Are you going to keep waiting? Are you going to keep on sitting here hoping for change, or wanting and waiting for change? Are you going to apply yourself? Are you going to apply the knowledge that you're learning? Reading is cool. I love reading. But after a while, guess what? You're going to have to do something, people. You're going to have to do something. Your pastor can't do this for you. You know what I'm saying? Your mama can't do the work for you. Your daddy can't do the work for you. OG Chris cannot do the work for you. I can't do it for you. Your kids can't do the work for you. Your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your friends can't do the work for you. You got to do the work yourself. Once you get the knowledge, apply the knowledge. Apply it. Apply it. These are books. Remember, books. Books. See, people think certain writings and certain books are infallible, means that they're perfect. You show me the perfect person. I'm waiting. I love to see who the perfect person is. And if you tell me Jesus, I'm going to say agree, because that's what's in you and me. When you understand the allegory, when you understand the story, when you understand what it is, then you get outside the book and you look within yourself, and then you recognize that in you. So, but when you could show me who the perfect person is, I'm with you. Let me know. Tell me. Tell me. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. That's why I say what you don't know can hurt you. What you don't know can hurt you. Why would you put something in your body that you don't know what it is? I'm just posing the question. I don't care what you do. That's your personal choice. It's a personal choice. But the bottom line is you have to know. Go study. Go look at the websites. You know what I mean? And if you don't get enough answers, you don't get the answers that you want, keep searching until you're able to make an informed decision. Because if Stevie Wonder was leading you around, you know, Stevie's blind, and Ray Charles is leading you around, who knows where you're going to end up at? Who knows? You can't let the blind lead the blind. The blind leading the blind. Don't let the blind lead the blind. Facts. Yeah, and it's not just about getting easier. You're talking about the quality of your life getting better. The quality of your life getting better based on the information you have. The quality of your life getting better based on the information that you have. Based on the information you have, your life will get better. But if you don't have the knowledge, it's going to be hard. You can't listen. And this is why when you see families and from generations and certain generations, they're like, oh, my parents had it hard, or my grandparents had it hard. Well, they only taught you what they knew. They only shared what you knew. That's why college used to be a big deal. You hear what I said? College used to be a big deal. Oh, the family wants you to go to college. Why? So you can go to college and come back and help the family to grow, to help the family get better, That's why take all the money in the family and take that one child and send them away to college, so the family could become better from going to college. Education is the ticket. Education is the key. But there's specialized knowledge. There's self-knowledge. That seems to be the knowledge that pays. That seems to be what pays. Self-knowledge, specialized knowledge seems to be what pays. Remember, what you don't know can't hurt you. Being a plumber, that pays. Being an electrician, that pays. Being a lawyer, that pays. Being a doctor, that pays. There's plenty of professions. Scientists, there's a lot of things that pays. A lot of things. But what people don't want to do is they don't want to qualify for those positions. Why? Because it takes time. And that takes me back to what's important. Time. Your greatest asset is time. What you don't know can hurt you. Time is your greatest asset. Yeah, you're an investment. Your family made an investment in you, whether you like to think that or not. They made an investment. They made an investment of time, money, energy. These are the people who believe in you. Now, I saw something today and it caught me by surprise. Everybody's not your family. Everybody's not your relative, and everybody is not your family. There's people who are your relatives, and then there's people who are your family. There's a difference. Your family sees where you're going, and they see you've got a vision, and they'll do things to help you. Your relatives, you don't get to choose that. Your relatives come by way of you coming here and the family that you're born in. You've got plenty of relatives, but your family will support you on your journey. Your family will support you on your path. Your soul tribe, your soul tribe. But knowing the difference between a relative and family, there's a big difference. There's a big difference. You know, I had a friend call me one time, and he was talking to me about a relative and how his relative's in a position to who could probably like help him a lot and benefit him. And I get it and I understand, but he has to know the difference between family and relatives. No, you hear what I said? You have to know the difference. A relative is just related to you by blood. Family is people who are going to ride with you, who see where you're going at, who knows where you're going, who see the mission, who sees who you are, who sees the divinity in you, who sees the greatness in you, who sees it. You feel me? They got to see the greatness in you. But if you don't know your greatness, if you don't know you're divine, if you don't know you're the answer, you're going to keep on looking for people to tell you what to do. You're going to keep on looking. Seek and you'll find. Seek and you'll find. I would say go within. Go within. Quiet that mind. Don't let that mind run away. Your brain is no different than your bicep. It's just another member of your body. Tell me where your thoughts come from. Where did your thoughts come from? What is the mind? Tell me what the mind is. The mind is all. The mind is all. Know yourself. Know thyself. It's important for you to know thyself. It's important. If you don't know anything else in this life, know who you are. And the Bible tells you, I believe it's either Matthew. I don't like to quote the Bible per se, but doesn't it say, I believe it's Psalms 84:12, I believe. I don't know. I could be wrong, so I'm not going to quote that. But what I'll tell you, in your Bible says, ye are gods. And it says in Matthew, I believe, it says, ye are gods. I didn't say that. I didn't say it. I'm just telling you what I know. A fact. There you go. There you go. But at what point do you decide that, hey, I need to do what's in the best interest of myself? And people will make you think that if you're selfish, that there's something wrong with that. But you got to care enough about yourself. You got to love yourself enough. You got to love yourself enough to take care of yourself. Nobody's going to take care of you. Nobody's going to go to the gym for you. Nobody's going to eat right for you. Nobody's going to study for you. Nobody's going to read for you. Nobody's going to listen to the Audible tape for you. Nobody's going to find a job for you. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody, never. I mean, I'm just saying, you might have somebody who may hook you up. You know what I'm saying? When you find people on your path and they see something in you, they're like, yo, I might can help you out. I might can help you out. And you got to run into those people. I've had people who I've run into. Shouts out to my guy Jack Falvey. Jack Falvey. He was older white gentleman from New Hampshire who ran into me. Professor who taught at UMass Boston. And he met me. And he took to me and he started sharing, invited me to his class, sat in on his class. I mean, for free. For free. These are people who've invested, who seen me along my path. Gave me his book. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys his book at one point. I have it upstairs, but I might have it on my, hold on, let me see if I got his book. But these are people who along my journey who I've met, who've poured into me. So don't think that the universe can bring anybody to you to help you. The universe gives me material. I mean, this was years ago, but I still remember. You've got to put in the work. You have to put in the work. If you sit back, right, and you eat Doritos all day, everybody, the law, cause and effect. I'm going to go back to that law. The boomerang effect. The law of boomerang. I mean, we could go into spiritual laws, we can go to universal laws, but your life is governed by laws, like I said. But if you don't know, then you're just going to keep on making it hard for yourself because you don't know. You just don't know. Who's going to come? Who's going to save you? Who's going to save you? And I know there was information that I came across, and when I came across that information, it blew my mind. Here's why Jesus works. I'm going to tell you guys why Jesus works. I'm going to tell you why Buddha works. I'm going to tell you why Muhammad works. I'm going to tell you why whatever it is that you subscribe to works. I'm going to tell you why it works. Because you work it. You work it. Faith is knowing. You work it. You are the secret. Because guess what? When that breath leaves your body, who are you going to pray to then? If you don't work it, it won't work. I don't care what it is that you subscribe to. Yeah, everything works if you work it. You see what? Lay in bed all day and see what happens. Lay in bed all day and see what happens. Remember, right? Remember, I'm going to show you a secret. You know, hot dog, you said I remember things well, but I'll show you something. It's called a notebook. I learned this by somebody who you write it down. You write down what it is that, you know, when you get ideas and you get thoughts and things like that, you write those things down. You know, guess what? I learned that from a supervisor I had at 22, 23 years old. I thought the guy was so hard on me. I didn't think the guy liked me. And he started talking to me one day. And when he started talking to me, he started sharing. So what I do is I carry legal pads around and I write things down. So when I'm on the phone with somebody, they talk to me and they're repeating something back to me that we had a discussion about, I can go back to my notes. And I could have the date, I'd have the time, and I'd have whatever the discussion was about. But that's knowledge. Somebody shared with me. You may think it's an enemy. I thought that guy was an enemy when he was sharing with me, but I wasn't stupid enough to not listen to what he was saying. He was hard. Yeah, he was hard on me, but he liked me. And I had to listen because I wanted to know more, and I was learning, and I wanted to grow. I wanted to grow. So when he started sharing, that was something. I've been doing that for 25 years. 25 years. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pick up everything. You gotta pick it up. No, I go back and I listen. I write it down. I definitely wrote it down, no doubt about it, because I tell you that sometimes you guys will see me and I say, yeah, I'm gonna write this down. And I write it down because I don't want to miss it. It may be that one time, that one piece of information that could change your life. One sentence might could change your life. One word, one person, one book, one simple thing can change your life. But you've got to be receptive. You got to be open to it. You got to be open to it. You got to have an open mind, people. An open mind. If you think you know the way and you close your mind down, you cut off all the options. You cut off all the options. And that's what happens with a lot of religious people. What happens with a lot of religious people, it's one way. It's their way, and there's nowhere else. And when they do that, they cut off every other option around them because it's just the way that they've been taught. Well, who taught you that? Somebody taught you that. We all were born in this world ignorant. We all started out knowing nothing. Every last one of us. Every last one of us were born in this world knowing zip, nothing. That it is what it is. But if you're gonna grow, if you're gonna evolve, if you're gonna make a difference in your life and the lives of those around you, you better do some work. You better do some work. Spend time with your mind. Get into your mind. Get into your mind. You have to get in the mind. Dive into your mind. Dive into your mind. Write everything down. So when whether it's bill collectors, whether it's teachers, whether I don't care who it is, they're gonna look at you like, what are you talking about? You're gonna be like, well, this is what you said to me. And they can't refute it. Why? Because you wrote it down, Playboy. You wrote it down. So I let people think that, I don't know anything. I don't, like I said, and you don't have to tell everybody you know everything. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. That's not what this is about. This is a university. This is a school. Earth, this life here, this is a school. We're here to learn. We're here to learn. Learn how to manipulate energy. Learn how to manage our time. Learn. The real asset is your time, your health, and your time. These are the real things. People trip out about the money. People trip out about the things, all those things. I've never heard nobody when they passed away, somebody said, oh, they got all this stuff. All this stuff. People usually fight over the stuff. They're usually giving things away. It doesn't even matter. The things don't even matter in the end. It's the memories. But don't let your memories hold you back from becoming a better person, from becoming a better spiritual being. Don't let your memories, because the only thing that can hold you back is the memories. Your memory is the only thing that can hold you back in the past that can stop you from becoming the best version of you. Remember, you work it. Work. You work it. Work it. Work the mind. Go into the theater of the mind. Go into the mind. Create what you want. Create what you want. Turn the bullshit off. Turn it off. Spend time with yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Go inside, and I'm guarantee you, when you get the answers, don't be like, oh, I don't know. When you get the answers, do something. Do something. Say something, do something. When you get the answers, don't, I guarantee you get a piece of paper and you sit down, or even when you go to bed, you go to bed with whatever it is that you want on your mind, and you get into that theta state in between, like sleep and when you're awake and you're halfway asleep and you get to that state, and just keep on repeating yourself. If it's health you want, keep on saying health, healthy, healthy. If it's success, just keep on saying you're successful. You're successful because what you're doing is before when you go to bed is you're programming yourself for what it is that you want, not what they're telling you. Your program, learn to program yourself. Learn NLP. Learn NLP, neuro linguistics programming. Learn it. Pick up a book about it. Pick up a book. The greatest investment you can make is in your mind, in yourself. In yourself. Get knowledge. Because what you don't know can't hurt you. What you don't know can't hurt you. You know, you definitely gotta humble yourself. You can learn from a little kid. You can learn from a grandfather. You can learn from a homeless person. You can learn from anybody. Because divinity's in all. Whether you like you can learn from a dog. If you sit there and you be in the moment. Be in the moment. Be in the moment. All you got is now. Now. I know it sounds like a cliche, and I know it sounds like, oh, Chris is talking some bullshit, but I'm telling you guys, get knowledge. Get knowledge because your life will be better when you know. Don't make dumbass decisions because people are telling you, we'll give you a donut, or we'll give you a joint, or we'll give you a couple of dollars. What do they think? People are crackheads? They think everybody's a crackhead? That people don't think, and don't undermine the people. And this is what's going on right now. They're trying to undermine and outsmart the people. And the people are waking up. The people are waking up. They're like, enough. Enough. It's time to get back to business. It's time to get back to business. I would say don't focus on the things around you. Focus on what you want. Focus on your health. Focus on your wealth. Focus on your growth. Focus on the things you want. Start a business. Be an entrepreneur. Do whatever it is that you want to do. Not because I suggest it. Do what you want to do because that's what makes you happy. That's what makes you happy. In the end, people aren't going to say, well, this guy did this and this guy. Depending on what your contribution is. What's your contribution? How are they going to remember you? What's your legacy? What's your legacy? Your legacy is, oh, I wish I shoulda, coulda. You want that to be your legacy? If it wasn't for my wife, I would have did this. If it wasn't for my husband, I would have did this. If it wasn't for my grandmama, I would have did this. Come on. Knowledge is potential power. Applied knowledge is power. Apply your knowledge. Get knowledge. Get the information. We live in the information age. We live in the information age. We live in the information age. It's all over. Get it. Get it. Don't hope about it. Don't wish. Don't just sit back and wish. Do something. You got to do that. You got to do that. I respect all, fear none. Respect all, fear none. There's plenty teachers on the path. Plenty depends on where you are. You'll be surprised some of the places where you're going to find, where the creator shows up, where the infinite creators show up. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. But if you're not in tune, if you just, out of sync, I don't know what to tell you. You say, well, how do you get in sync? First, you got to have a desire. You got to have a desire. You got to seek. That's why he says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and the rest of these things shall be added unto you. Seek yourself first. Because the kingdom of heaven, then they say the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The kingdom of heaven, it's here. It's in your mind. It's not outside you. All that is talking about you. You are the secret. You are the apparatus. You are the wonder. You are the dynamo. Don't let nobody trick you. Too many of us been tricked. Too many of us have been tricked to look outside ourselves. Bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray. Led astray. Led astray. Then they'll tell you you're Satanism or you're the devil or you're the God. I mean, come on. How are you going to know? I mean, come on. Just you could just see the ignorance. You could hear the ignorance. It's just people who don't know any better. And don't surround yourself with people who aren't gonna benefit you. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Don't be around people who can't contribute anything to you in your growth and your development. That's what I would say to you. That's what I would say. You gotta take responsibility for the gift that God's given you, the gift that Jehovah's giving you, the gift that Yahweh's giving you, that whatever y'all want to call it, the universe. You gotta do that. You gotta make the most of your gifts and your talent. You have to. You gotta do that. You gotta do that. So what are you gonna do with this life that you're given? We don't know how much time we got. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's on you now. It's on you. So remember, don't let nobody trick you. What you don't know can hurt you. You know? What you don't know can hurt you. All right? No doubt. I know you know. State of mind. State of mind. Yeah. Yes. Everybody got to find out on their own. Everybody's got to. But if you're distracted, remember, if you're distracted, then you're never going to spend time with yourself. You're never going to look inside yourself. You're never going to look for the answers. I'm not going to stay all night because my phone is getting blown up right now. But yeah, I love you guys. I rock heavy with the beautiful infinite creators. Heavy. I'm going to be back real soon. Yeah, remember, we don't care about the haters. Just remember that what you don't know can hurt you. So don't believe that bullshit they tell you. What you don't know can't hurt you. It will hurt you. You don't know about the jab. You don't know. It might hurt you. It might hurt you. I'm just saying, just study and make an informed decision. I heard in, I believe it's Ontario, Canada, I heard the Supreme Court up there basically is saying the gig is up. The gig is up. They're not going to have no mask on. I heard they're going to be free. Freedom is one in Ontario, Canada. That's what I heard. You take care of yourself too, hot dog. That's what I heard. The gig is up. And people got to wake up to it. You be safe. Ontario, Canada, that's what I heard. You got to do what you got to do. Everybody. But do your due diligence. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out of here, guys. When you buy a house, right? This is what I'm going to say. There's something that real estate investors or real estate agents would say. Do your due diligence. They say, oh, it's the biggest purchase you're going to make. It's the biggest investment you're going to make. Do your due diligence. Here's what I mean when I say do your due diligence. Get a home inspection, right? Talk to the bank, right? Search. Get a real estate agent because they're the professionals. You're paying them to do something for you. But you do your due diligence. Do your homework. That's all I'm saying. Do your homework. Whatever it is that you're doing, respect it enough to do your homework. Do the due diligence. All right? So nobody could trick you. OG's not trying to trick you. I'm not going to trick you. But you should definitely check out or do your own research. No matter who's telling you. Find some more sources until you know. I'll take knowing over believing any day. Too many of us are afraid to know, and we just take anything to believe. I'm going to say that again. Too many of us are afraid to know and just take anything to believe. If you're still in the same religion that you're born in, where's the growth? That's all I'm going to say. Where's the growth? All right. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Thank you guys for coming to the channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Don't put out fear. Put out love. Put out love, because that's what's going to come back to you. That's what we're going to create. We'll create love because that's what we are. We'll put out that. I salute the divinity in you. Love you guys. I'm out of here. I'm going to hit y'all with a gazer. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. Thanks for rocking with me. To all the beautiful infinite creators, stay safe. I'm gonna be back either tomorrow or Friday. We're gonna make it happen. All right. I'll holler at you guys, man. I love rocking with the beautiful infinite creators. I love doing this. Yeah. Keep creating, keep evolving, guys. Keep creating, keep evolving. Because we don't care about the haters. We are infinite creators. I didn't ask y'all to throw y'all ones up, but that's okay. Not tonight. Keep creating and keep evolving. I'm out. Take care, guys. Peace.